Okay, we pulled in about 2.5 hours ago to site number 6. Right now we are looking due north, and up over here, that is the bath and shower facilities. Now, we reserved this site through Reserve America, and it was the last site. It's a handicap site on the interior of the campground, and you can get a handicap site when it is the last site. And we were a little hesitant about reserving this because it's interior, but it is a very roomy site. See my shadow. We're going to compare it to site number 9. It's been so busy at these campsites lately that we couldn't get one site for the weekend, so we had to switch. It's got a charcoal grill and a fire pit, and it's got plenty of room for the vehicle. Now in the back here is a little area where we've been taking our dog for a walk, Sarge. You have ice available, and I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to get closer. That is a fish cleaning station right over in here. So even though I was hesitant getting an interior site, I'm very pleased with site number 6. Very pleased indeed. I'm going to get more of the campground tomorrow, and I'm going to compare site number 6 to site number 9. Sarge and I are going for a little walk here at 6 o'clock. We're going to go up and check out the tent sites. Sites number 13 through 18. Okay, this is site number 14. I'm going to film this one because it's unoccupied. Got the picnic table, the charcoal grill, fire pit. It's got a little gravel area to set the tent site up, the tent up. Got a little bit of nature in behind it here. This is not the primitive camping. These are the tent sites within the campground, the RV site. I'll get some of the primitive camping before we leave, hopefully. This is site number 30 on the opposite side of the loop of us, and it's a gravel site, but it's not only roomy, it is very secluded. There's not anybody close by, which makes it nice. Picnic table, charcoal pit, and burn pit. Alright, cooking some jalapeno poppers. They're stuffed with cream cheese and wrapped in bacon. Gotta use a light to hopefully allow it to be seen, but this is our appetizer. Steak for dinner. Okay, we got up at 4:30 this morning. Of course, we went to bed early. Had our first cup of coffee inside the camper so we wouldn't wake up everybody else who stayed up later than us. But it's about 6:25 now, and so we're got a nice little fire going for breakfast here in a few minutes and warm up the pot for a second cup of coffee. Starting to get a little lighter in the east. Sun's not quite up yet. Got our morning wake-up call from our first crow passing overhead here. It's a little after 7 a.m. Okay, the rest of the murder of crows showed up. We're looking north right now. That building all lit up right there. It's the bathroom shower area. He's sitting over in that tree. Big crow too. We're at Mack Lake. This is almost a half a mile from the campground. Little picnic pavilion. The restrooms on the left. Coming up on the other end of Mack Lake. All the way down at the end of Mack Lake. A lot of cattails. Got a little outdoor pavilion called Limpkin Pavilion right across the path of the lake.
Something scattered across the water.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Haven't seen any gators yet.
They're waiting for
They
you.
are here.
They're waiting for you.
Yeah, they're waiting for Sarge to get close to the water. Okay, we got another little outdoor pavilion right up here. I don't know what this one's called. It's right across, almost right across the path from the gazebo. White Ibis Pavilion. All right, this is the indoor pavilion near the parking lot where we first came in. It's called Great Blue Heron Pavilion. Get a little bit of the inside of it if I can. Oh yeah. Ceiling fans, fluorescent lights. Looks like a charcoal pit out back. And then when you come back out the door, the dock. Looks like a pretty big ripple over there.
There was a big fish. He jumped out.
Alright, this is the ranger station where we came in. I'm on the exit road now, but we're going to take a left here and go to another section of the lake. Probably called Little Mack. Little Mack and Big Mack. So. Okay, it's about 1:45 on Sunday. We're in site number 9 now. We've been here for about 45 minutes. We moved from site number 6, which is right there. And there's the showers. And we just came right over here. The people that were in site number 9 left early. Check-in is at 3 and check-out is at 1 the following day. They let us move over here saying we were here for 2 days and we were leaving site 6 and coming to site 9. This campsite, as compared to the other one, the burn pit is a little bit lower, remembering the other site, number 6, was a handicap, so it was a little bit higher. It's all gravel as opposed to cement, which makes sense for a handicap, so they can get around with a wheelchair. Other than that, I would say it's pretty close to the same size. I am liking this site as well. It has an extra little bonus that we'll see right now. If you get this site and you have a dog, you better check out your door before you go letting your dog out, because, well, it might become a treat. I thought this was very cool for bonfires. And here's our gator sign, and there's a little creek flowing to the north, so it's probably feeding into Mack Lake. I can't get out there far enough to see very far. A drone would be perfect. About as far as I dare go because my feet are starting to sink in the muck a little bit. These poles here are the high water marks. You see up that way a little bit too. So this is the bonus feature of site number 9. I like it. Alright, from our site number 9, site number 10 is the campground host across the street from us. Site number 11 is right here, right next to us. And it's the same as site 9 with no gator trail. This is the tent site parking. All of the tenters have checked out. Gotta go this way, bud. Come on, pup. So this is site number 13 here. It goes 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we'll pick one. That one's got more cement, so that's probably a handicap site that way. It's got the higher fire pit as well. Check out site number 18 here. This is the last one in the line of them. We've got the fire ring, the charcoal barbecue. Come on this way, babe. Picnic table and You have the electrical panel here. Don't pull. Electrical panel. And water at each site. So, again, this is not the primitive campground. These are the tent sites in the RV park. Okay, site number 12 is a pull-through site. And you have 13 through 18 are your tent sites. Site number 19, right here, this is facing, the back of the camper will be facing northwesterly. Same thing with site 20 and the next one, 21. The back of your camper will be facing into the woods in a northwesterly direction. North is exactly the way you're looking now. I stand corrected. That's site 22. Site 21 is over here on my right hand side. The back of the camper will be facing south, but that's occupied, so I'm not going to film it. Site 23 is another pull-through site right here. I'm not going to film the sites that are occupied. Site number 24 is a pull-through site. 25 and 26 are back-end sites that face pretty much due north. When I say face due north, that's the back of the camper. Your rear window, you'll be looking north. Site 27, you're gonna, out the back of your camper, you're now looking northeasterly. Site number 28 was occupied. This is site 29, facing more easterly. Site number 30, which I filmed yesterday. Back of the camper will face west. Site number 31, the back of the camper will face more of an easterly direction. .32 will be more of a westerly, north by northwest. You can see how it goes in at an angle. Site number 33 will be north by northeast. Now these have electrical and water. They have no sewage hookup. Your sewage is a dump station, which we're coming up on. Site number 34 is over here on my right, which I'm not going to film, it's occupied. And the back of the camper will face north by northwest. Beside that picket fencing over there is where your trash dumpster is. This loop is all one way, so when you enter, if you're in these 30s site numbers, you drive around the loop and then back into your site. And we're back at the entranceway. to the campsite. Number 1 is on the right. Number 2 is on the right. Number 3 is on the left. Number 4 is on the left. Number 5 is on the left. Now, number 2, to go back a little bit, is a pull-through site. And then number 6 is on the right, which is the site we were at yesterday. Someone is backing in there now. 7, 8, and 9 are all on the left, with the public bathroom, showers, ice station, and fish station on the right hand side. And that completes the loop. Now this says Campfire Circle down this way here. So it looks like from site number 7 or 8 or 9 you can get to Alligator Trail. Come on, buddy. And this takes you back right to the creek behind site number 9. Shrimp and steak for lunch. The shrimp is on the bobby. Okay, it's almost 3:30, and here is the problem with these campsites that you back in facing west. Getting smoke from our fire pit. Is as the sun comes down, your awning is rendered ineffective. All of your shade is cast forward of your camper. So that is pretty much the only drawback we've seen with this campsite. Is once you crest high noon and start to enter the afternoon, you are in the blazing sun. Okay, it's about 7:15, and I don't know if you can see this, but we just put wings on the campfire. Gonna be a yummy dinner. Okay, it is 8:24 Monday morning. This is our final day at this campground, and we're heading up to the primitive campground, Boots and Saddles, for a morning walk, about a mile into Boots and Saddles. Okay, we're on the nature trail to Boots and Saddles Primitive Campground. They keep it mowed, say about 8 feet wide. I'll do some more filming as we continue. Okay, we were heading in from the truck in a northeasterly direction. At that post number 35, we turned to head more in a north direction. You do have little markers on the trees, trail markers. Nice open views. You'll notice the discoloration on some of the pines, even some of the palms. On the bottom, it's because Florida does controlled burns to get rid of all the dead stuff on the ground, let new growth come up. Very smart. Helps prevent massive forest fires. Okay, in the mud we got some signs of wildlife. We got some tracks in the mud. Okay, we're going to follow the orange arrow. We're at number 34. So we're at the northwestern border of Polk County.
Stay with Daddy. I don't know what you smell. Come on. We can't stop and smell everything.
Come on, pup.
We won't make it there.
We are heading due north right now. And Sergeant is smelling all kinds of wildlife, aren't you, bud?
Yeah.
Hey, hi. Okay, we're at number 28 here. There's a little bit of a Y in the road. We're going to continue to follow the arrows. There is a lot of spurs and cross sections on these trails through here. If you stay on the main trail and take it all the way around, which my son and I did a couple years ago, it's a 10-mile loop. There's other loops and cross sections that go around, and Tired Tree Primitive Campground is about 5 miles in from where you park. Okay, we've come to another fork in the road, and the sign says boot or saddle camp. So we're going left. Got some little tracks in the mud again, little raccoon feet. Okay, boot and saddle primitive camping is straight ahead. We're heading north by northwest on this final little leg of the walk. Okay, we are at Boots or Saddles Primitive Campground. A little walk around here. That's facing north. So your sun is coming up over here in the east. It's looking back south. And now you're facing westerly. Standing in the middle of the campsite, you have a picnic table, you have a little burn pit. That sign there says wood collection is prohibited. Trash receptacle, please use it. Only take out pictures. So this is Boots or Saddles Primitive Camping. Okay, this is going to be the wrap up on our Colt Creek State Park campsite. 1 to 10, what do you give it?
I give it a 10.
I do too. It's very clean. The sites are big. I like that. It's very easy to back the camper into them. You got a lot of room to set up your chairs and your tables and have your bonfire going. You got a lot to do, if you're looking for the amenities of swimming pools and tennis courts and things like that, but you have canoeing, hiking, fishing. So There is no cable TV hookup, which is fine for us. Ratings are always subjective to the people giving them, and we don't want all those amenities. When we go camping, we want to escape all of that stuff. Agreed?
Yes.
The bathrooms are very clean. The campsite is very clean. And so are the trails. They're very nice, very pretty.
People are friendly.
Yep.
That work here.
Yep. So, we'll be back.
Definitely.
Yep. Okay, from where we parked the truck to where we sit right now at the picnic table, it's about 30 minutes, a stroll. We weren't rushing it, but we weren't dragging our feet either. And
he had to smell everything.
Yep, and Sarge had to smell everything that he came across. So, 30 minutes to here. Now, the Tired Tree primitive camping is a little bit bigger than this. You'll see a little bit more open sky if you're into stargazing. And I think that's all we have to say for this journey. So that's the end of this video. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.